Cross River Rail was a project that was first in 12, and it's one which we would see as the appropriate use of some scarce federal funding. So what we announced today is that we make $800 million available, plus we would provide facility payments of $58 million per annum from when the project was off and running in 2023-24. This would be a commitment of $2.24 billion over the life of the project. The value of the project is this. When I look at Brisbane and southeast Queensland, I don't just see a city that's meant to put a stake in the ground and say we'll work in partnership with the state government. The merit of the project is it's 10.2 kilometres. It would start at Dutton Park, and there'd be a new underground rail station at Woolgabba, Boggo Road, and also Roma Street, Albert Street, and then we'll go to Exhibition. So 5.9 kilometres of tunnel. What it's estimated to do is people living in, say, Beenleigh or down on the Gold Coast, the train trip will be 15 minutes quicker, commute time. It would also, from when it starts operating, we would start, construction's already started, the preliminary drilling and soil testing, but it would start in intensity before the end of 2019, be completed by 2023. When it's completed, there will be 9,000 people a day extra catching the train. It'll be up to 23,000 extra daily train trips within a pretty short period of time after that. Or put another way to use a statistic, it will eliminate 526,000 kilometres of daily car traffic. These are big numbers. And the beauty of it is it wouldn't just benefit those regions I mentioned. The real challenge with a city like Brisbane, just as it's a challenge in Melbourne and elsewhere, is if you've got a finite amount of rail track, there's only a finite amount of trains you can carry on. If you increase the amount of rail track, then you start providing options for more train trips full stop, and so it would have a massive decongestion impact. So that's why we did the project. When you look at the best things about Australian politics, quite often when you look at to do what they did there. When they built the Harbour Bridge, 8 lanes, they didn't need 8 lanes, but they built them. And now you just see the wisdom of long-term investments. I sort of groan when I see one lane off-ramps or freeways. You just know it's almost obsolete before it's completed. So that's why we're doing it, because cities need to be able to move around them, create improvements in land value the further out you go. No great cities can operate without great public transport systems. So that's why we're doing it. We've got the same vision for MetroNet, the same Adelaide. We want to build more tram lines. I think the last tram line you had here was in 1969, of course, still on Gold Coast Light Road. But this builds on other things we've done in the past, Northern Gateway, Gold Coast Light Rail, which we started. We've also proposed on the M1 that we would match what the federal government's offering, the 8 lanes, which is proposed to Daisy Hill from 8 Mile Plain, we would do that, and from Varsity Road to Tune we would widen the M1 to 6 lanes. So that's pretty positive.
It's very positive. I'll just, if you don't mind, with respect to their great construction initiatives, and they're definitely concentrating Southeast corner there, what about the rest of the state?
Well, we want to widen the border town store. We want to build the second stage of the Mackay Ring Road. We want to build the Gladstone Port Access Road. We've said that we will probably fund Brookwood here. So the fact that I can reel off 4 projects in regional Queensland should give you some I understand central and north Queensland, they think the south is Brisbane, not Victoria. So I get that it's quite diverse. We led the way on the debate over Townsville Stadium. I think the government joined in a year and a half after we said it, 2 weeks before the actual election day. I'm interested in water security in Townsville. I'm interested in how we can push down the costs of insurance in Cairns and surrounding areas through the difficulty of dealing with the market failure of insurance for property. We're interested in building an inland port at Emerald. Our vision also for the rest of the state doesn't just stop at those hard projects. We're interested in how we can improve black spot telecommunications, how do we look at improving the fibre offerings in regional Queensland for NBN. So there are a range of propositions.
And with respect to the great infrastructure tickets that are big, but Queensland is a small business state. In fact, SMEs are huge in this part of the world. More specifically, policy-wise, I mean, what do you see as a vision for the small business? I mean, you travel the width and breadth of this nation. You see manufacturing, there's some great innovation. I suppose more importantly, what policies are you going to target around building those to become mega majors?
Well, diversification of the economy. Queensland's not just an agricultural or mining play. They're very important industries too, but it's not just that. I see tourism, services being crucial. So when I look at the various levers that the federal government can influence, there's tax, there's people, there's physical infrastructure, there's social infrastructure. So I've mentioned some of the physical infrastructure. I won't sort of bang on about that, but let's talk about people. Quality education system. We all know that a good employee can deliver business and a bad employee can destroy business. So you've got to invest in well-skilled people. But part of that isn't just the school system, although we've got a better schools funding package than the government, both for government schools and for Catholic parish schools. But in addition, it's TAFE. See, the trick is, jobs are changing. The idea of a job for life just doesn't exist anymore. So how do we get adults to retrain? And that's where we see TAFE as being crucial for that. We would put 2 in every 3 of our vocational education dollars if I was to be Prime Minister back into TAFE. I mean, depending on the privatisation, it's one too far. We'd also require Commonwealth projects that 1 in 10 people working at the apprentice. So that provides incentive for small business to put on, a moderate-sized business to put on employees. So we see TAFE as important. We don't need to be turning our kids who just go to university out of our school system. Didn't you know that in Australia, the 1.6 million qualified tradespeople, they're getting older. So I think TAFE and technical training is important. Within that, in the school system, we want to see more pre-apprenticeship vocational development. A lot of kids, when they're in year 7, 8 and 9, that's when they're told what to look at. And I think we need to sort of demystify getting a trade. And we need to make people realise that that's a very sensible course and life decision to make. So that's investing in people. With the taxation system, a little known fact, because we don't get enough attention for it, is that Labor will support reducing the corporate tax rate of businesses under $2 million. Now, this argument that saying we can give corporate tax cuts to multinationals, where's the money coming from? You can't just take $65 billion out of the economy.
So that's $65 billion over 4 years.
That's over 10. Mind you, next year, because that'll be the next year of the tax cuts, will go probably up to $80 billion.
Right.
You can't take money out of the nation's ATM without explaining how you replace it. This funny money proposition where you can just miraculously cut corporate taxes at the top end, and it's free. You can't. Now, there will be some growth. That's a very long-term impact. In the meantime, you either increase the debt of government, or you increase the tax burden elsewhere, or you cut expenditure by significant amounts. So we're up for tax cuts up for companies up to $2 million turnover, no problems. But that is most small businesses.
I think that our feedback from the SMEs is that they need confidence, they need that longevity of how they're actually going to be given the right environment to create the future company. And I think it's really important that when we talk about this tax element, there's an overview of the larger part of tax relief as opposed to just the tax relief. I think there's a narrative coming through of almost this demonisation of big business versus small business, which is affecting a lot of the sentiment from our members. Some of our members are actually earning less than their staff in some cases.
I'm not about demonising small business at all. The media debate in this country is pretty basic, though. There's almost a patriotic correctness that unless I sign up to everything the government says, somehow I'm anti. That's not right. I'm anti the government. That doesn't mean I am.
Which is why we've had to take this from yourself, right?
I think a lot of businesses don't employ anyone. I get a lot of businesses businesses employ some people. Employing people is not for the faint-hearted. Industrial relations can be demystified a bit. I think we overcomplicate it. We look at it all in the context of large coal mines or adversarial relationships. The reality is that there's no doubt we need to help simplify our IR system. But in my experience, and I've employed people in my working life, as an employer, I've had to deal with unhappy employees, and as an employee rep, I've had to deal with unhappy employees from the other point of view. The basic lessons in IR are that you tend to fire depending on how you hire. The more time spent in the hiring proposition, the less trouble there tends to be after that. That doesn't mean some people just don't fit in. I'm not Pollyanna. I'm in the real world, I get that. But in my experience, industrial relations is about treating people in a business the way you would like someone in another business to treat a family member of yours. That doesn't mean that they don't have to turn up to work, that doesn't mean they have to put in. But we do tend to overcomplicate things, and there are problems in the IR system. But not all of them are to do with employee-employer relationships. The reality is that some businesses treat the subcontractors and will extend the terms of trade because they can. Cash flow is crucial. If you are on a 14-day turnaround and all of a sudden a big business you might have saved a fair bit of outlay, takes 60 days to pay you, that's two things happening. They get the money they owe you, and they don't need interest on it. And secondly, it can affect your own capacity to make your commitments. So when there was the Four Corners show on the ATO, I think that the ATO does need to be made more small business friendly. If you're a big business, you can afford the best tax lawyers and you can litigate. But if you're not, you don't necessarily have the capacity to stand the action, do you? So I think we called for a review of the ATO after the Four Corners show, and to my pleasant surprise, the government followed us that afternoon. But I think that's an issue. The more general picture of confidence is this. I know that people get frustrated by some businesses, get frustrated by penalty rates on Sundays or public holidays. The problem is the people who tend to receive the minimum wage and tend to receive penalty rates are people on $50,000 and $60,000 and $40,000 a year. So it goes to this issue of confidence. If you restrict wages growth, maybe in your business unit it's a good idea, but if you depend on consumer confidence, what happens is that the wallet's shut. If the people are in insecure work, if all of a sudden their income is cut, then they don't spend money. We've got a challenge in this country where a lot of the government's economic solutions don't look after people in the working class or the lower middle class or the middle class. We tend to look after the people at the top and then hope that trickles down. The problem is that confidence is not something that you can just legislate. It's through a whole series of actions. And if people don't have any wages growth, they won't spend money. But the other big factor driving confidence, I feel, is this sense of powerlessness. It's not just amongst employees, but amongst small business. Energy prices, gas and electricity prices are just climbing too much.
So what would be your answer to that? Because that was going to be one of my questions. That we look at some of the biggest challenges for business.
Well, I think in business it's rents, it's import competition, it's skill base, it's motivated workforce, it's taxation, it's a factor, but it's also energy prices. And we start to think about solutions on all of them. But when it comes to energy prices, the first thing is gas. It is crazy that we are exporting gas to industrial customers in North Asia at cheaper prices than our companies can buy here. Well, that's just crazy. We should be an energy superpower in this country. I visited Hong Kong and spoke to their chief minister. Hong Kong has no natural resources. Like you could work that if you think about it for a second. Well, it's just some rocks. But their energy bills are half ours. We've got so much. So part of that is gas. We've got to get some more gas out of the ground. Part of it is making sure that the gas we get out of the ground, some of it is for Australian domestic use. The second proposition has to be even the climate change political argy-bargy. You know, like, I get the government's split into two ideas. You know, there's the coal lobby and then there's Malcolm. The issue is coal will be part of our energy mix going forward. But I make no apologies. We should get to 50% renewables by 2030. Renewable energy is rapidly becoming the cheapest technology. I don't know about your domestic residences, but across Australia, 1.3 million Australian households put solar in. No one's taking their solar out. Like, it was such a bad deal. Why were so many of our fellow Australians want to put it on their roofs? And if you haven't got it on your roof, I reckon you thought about it and wish you had, and would probably get around to doing it. So the customers aren't wrong, are they? So the second proposition has to be doubling down on renewable energy. Now, that doesn't mean stopping coal, okay? But it does mean diversifying our energy mix. Now, we work with the government. We were happy to have a market trading system where you put a price on your carbon emissions, just have a market. The government, even though they say they're a free market party, found that a bit confronting. So then Mr. Turnbull went to the chief scientist, a fellow, Alan Finkel, and he came up with a clean energy target. And as much as we preferred emissions intensity stick, we said, we'll compromise. But then by the time we compromised, the government moved to a more outrageous position to keep us backbench happy. The real problem isn't who's right, who's wrong here. The real problem is our lack of policy certainty discouraging new investment in energy.
Just on that, so a market-based mechanism, are you still prepared to work like typical pay for
We work with the government, but frankly, we would just rather work something out with the government at some policy certainty. I don't care what company calls it.
Can I just bring you back to
something? Yeah, well, energy is a big part. So what I'm saying is, one of the missing links in energy policy is how do we help small business access renewable energy? That's a sweet spot for us. We're interested in how do we take some of the financial risk out of transitioning because small business doesn't always need a lot of energy, but if you can go off, I reckon if you did a survey of small business and say if it was feasible to look at renewable energy, how many of you would be interested in going to solar if you could get a combination of batteries and so you could store it and you've got the rooftop? I reckon most small businesses say a little bit interested in that. Sorry.
No, right. Small business is really tough. We've got lots of burden, lots of regulatory burden. We've got 95% of business in Queensland is small business. And our biggest claim is that the average small business person earns less than minimum wage. What do you see as the industrial relations framework for small business moving forward?
More simplicity. I'm not arguing for lower wages for workers. More simplicity though. I don't know. When you hire someone, you've got the workers' comp. You've got to do the payroll. You've got to sort out the soup, although we did pioneer using Medicare to do the superannuation for small business, but that's no bit of paperwork. Then you've got to work out which is the right award. Then you've got to read the award. Then you bring someone else to check if you read the award correctly. So I think there's a simplification process, which isn't about cutting people's wages, but it is about the amount of time, the back office effort to pay and to work it all out is grinding. Having employed people myself, oh my goodness, it's a disincentive the amount of paperwork to get sorted. So I think that's one thing, simplification.
I'm going to say small enterprise bargaining. You see that playing well.
Oh, most small business aren't doing enterprise bargaining. So it's not, you wouldn't want to say that enterprise bargaining is a great burden because they're not doing it. But we have a wages system which doesn't speak to the reality of small business. Unfair dismissal, we put some reforms in the ICI, so that's cut down a lot of it. I mean, one of the challenges is when people make speculative claims and there's a sense that you've got to pay them something because costs of going through the system, it's almost, for a couple of $1,000, you almost pay the person to go away without making any admissions of what I'm doing. But, so what is create a cost jurisdiction where at a certain point if the mediator says this is a ridiculous claim, it meant that you could then get costs against the vexatious litigant. That killed a lot of claims. Because if all of a sudden the person seeking the redress, if they don't have a meritorious claim, they have to pay fuel costs as well as their own, that gave some skin in the game for vexatious litigants to think twice. I have to say, where I go, whilst dismissal issues are an irritant, it's the cost of energy and it's the red tape and probably payroll tax are things which bug employers most.
So you don't see enterprise bargaining as being something that you would require small business to be involved in?
I think we could do more to make it easier because there's only two ways to get flexibility: through enterprise bargaining or you just sit here, you use the award. I think we need to demystify the process. I think a lot of employers actually pay people what they, if they think competition is playing by the same rules. What we've got though is a situation where a lot of the competition isn't playing, or some of the competition, I should say, is not playing by the same rules. I mean, when you look at some of the scandals which happened around 7-Eleven, how does a business who's happy to pay the right hourly rates compete if the visa worker is being exploited by the franchisee and required to give them half the cash back? So then you've got cash economy, and I think there is an issue around the cash economy and the black economy. I'm not talking about the use of kids, I'm talking about, many of your businesses, there's paperwork behind the payments yet to receive. But there's a proportion of businesses, this is a cash-only business. Spend.
Moving to lunch like a new side.
Right. I think that's an interesting one for your organisation. You might. For those of you who have invested in the basic software, you give a receipt for every payment, your income's traceable. But that there are some operators, I'll use the word some diplomatically, where it's cashing.
Our plan is that we are small businesses, 450,000 50% of the running population. Not everyone will actually err on the vast majority.
No, vast majority, I'm saying some field.
So I think it's important that we focus on what are the policies that we can vast majority of people.
You don't need to treat everyone as with any system of regulation, there's always a balance. Do you trust everyone on face value, or do you think everyone's out there to rip the system out? That's a classic challenge of regulation. I tend to be on the trust side. You've got to have a safety net, which is very important.
In terms of growth for SMEs, part of the opportunity we see is international trade, and actually helping them expand into new markets. So what's your position on the policy taking around the world?
Well, we've supported all the bilateral trade agreements that have been entered into on this long run. My concern is always when trade agreements allow bringing in cheap labour from overseas to undercut existing conditions. I think that's unhealthy. There's a million people in Australia who want Australia to have temporary work rights. I think that's a challenge. But having marked that as a heading, I think we need to really provide a lot more support for small businesses to bid for work in the region. But some of the ways to do that is better airports, better MBM, the linkages. I think it's crazy regional Queensland, but you've got to keep flying south to go north. We're clearly there, I think it's important. That allows you to be on the world stage.
Some of the comments back a lack of school resources to take advantage of these opportunities. How do we bridge the gap between investment now for the long term, or how do we accelerate and attract the right investment into this country or right skill into this country?
Well, first of all, we need to teach more Asian languages in our schools. We just need to be more Asian literate. If you took out all the kids who got one parent born overseas from an Asian country, our Asian literacy is not good. We want to work with the AIC, the Company Directors Institute, to help better more Asian literacy amongst directors. So I think, one is about training people in Asian literacy. The other thing is we have got a population of Australians who come from Asian backgrounds. I think we need to be a lot better at using the diaspora. I also think we've got a lot of Australians who work not only for Australian companies overseas, but for third nation countries overseas. We've got a lot of Asia hands, expats living overseas, so I think we can do better at engaging with their knowledge. Wherever I go in Asia, there's always Aussies popping up working for different companies. They're actually really good ambassadors for Australia. So it's about people, it's about education. Some people think we talk about education funding is sort of soft and woolly. It's not. The nations in our region are working very hard at lifting all of their kids to better levels of education. I do not understand why some conservative parts of the media attack us for wanting to spend money on education as opposed to giving an ad on what bank on the tax code. It's about long-term bet. Best thing you've got going in all your businesses is people. Best thing we've got as a nation is people. The more we invest in people's education, and some people say they can spend too much, really. So why do parents spend so much time sending their kids to private schools?
One, 2, 3 year maple short challenge.
Just want to talk about.
Could you tell me the first name?
I just want to ask about, you mentioned that you intend to cut tax rate for businesses $2 million. How is that different to the current situation that we're in? Changing the corporate tax rate hasn't translated to retransaction of franking accounts, hasn't also passed on a tax cut to individuals. So at the moment, in the situation where individuals are paying $2.50 per $100 of company tax that's being paid, and potentially after an extra $5 if they pay tax at 30 cents a dollar, but it only pass on 27.5% tax credit. How will your policy be different to address these?
That's the way this is corporate tax cuts, isn't it? Corporate tax is essentially a holding tax. And for Australians, if you get the increased return in your remuneration because you're paying less, and you can take that 5% or whatever, we don't pay for your income tax.
So we don't actually have a budgetary issue because all the time it's passed on to the individuals buying these small businesses.
Well, it's not the manner from everything the government says it is. We made a decision to.
It's reality.
Yeah, but so why do I waste people's time saying that reducing corporate tax for all these other businesses above $2 million give a deliver straight dividend? It's not.
But is your policy going to deliver that dividend to the consumer?
Yeah, we've got a different approach. First of all, small businesses don't have to pay less tax. So that's why we formed a policy view that 426,000 companies in Queensland who have under the 2 year threshold will back that in. Having said that, our policy which we announced a few weeks ago is called the Australian Investment Guarantee. What that is we will, on top of whatever the depreciation schedules you currently have, if you spend more than $20,000 on everything from software to depreciable assets, we will add 20% depreciation on top. So what that does is that rewards you for future investment. We think that is a more targeted growth strategy than just simply hoping, fingers crossed, that some of the money given to foreign shareholders or large organisations somehow trickles down to expenditure on new capex.
Second question.
Bill Shorten from the Printing Industry Association. Printing Industry Association. Energy. I know you touched on energy, but it's crippling the industry completely.
Yeah.
What can we do to support the industry and support all industries to try and bring the power down? America has 7 cents a kilowatt, Europe 9 cents a kilowatt, we're 23, 27, 32 cents a kilowatt. It's actually obscene that they're allowed to go on. If we can't reduce the cost of energy, what can we do on the other side of it to give back to try and compensate that?
There's one more at the back. Yes, sorry, there's Bill Shorten, Mark Curran. Just be interested with your comments on the Fair Work Act. Whether you think it strikes the right balance between employer and employee rights, and if not, does it need wholesale changes or does it need just tinkering and uses? Okay, so let's start with NBN.
Okay, the short answer is we want to put more fibre back into the system. I actually think, you might have noticed, whilst I've made a couple of comments over the government, I'm not spending most of the time here just sledging the government. The one thing which we have gone backwards on is the decisions made on NBN. The choice to put more copper into the system and limit the extent of fibre delivery I think, has short-sold both the economics of the NBN, but also opportunities for Australians. So we want to, the broad summary of the policies we're working on is more fibre. Isn't there an old saying? Do it once, do it right. No, I think indeed we've said it for you, but I think the reason why these sayings survive is because they're true. So, more fibre, no question.
While we're actually doing this one.
Okay, what we do about skill shortages, TAFE. I'd like to put some incentives for employers to give the smaller businesses to give people a go. I'm interested in the over 55s market as well. There wouldn't be a shopping centre on a weekend anywhere in Australia where you don't occasionally run into a very well-dressed person, an older worker who's just frustrated because they can't get the interviews because they're not getting the chance. That's why, even though they're a big business, I'm very impressed by what Barnes does with older people. But for smaller businesses, you can't just be a HR experiment laboratory. You've got to have some support. So I'm interested in how I retrain older workers. I mentioned TAFE. We want to increase the fees on 457 visas because if there are shortages, we want to spend that money that's being required to bring in people from overseas to train up our own. There is no reason why we should have long-term skill shortages in any industry. Really, when you think about it. In terms of immigration more generally, I think it's becoming a little bit of a political football with government, where different candidates are sort of testing out where they go. And what they're doing is playing on the dissatisfaction about lack of infrastructure investment. I don't blame immigrants for bad roads. If you're stuck in a traffic jam, I don't think it's because of immigration. I think it's because someone didn't widen the M1. If you've got a long commute from Beenleigh, it's not because of the skilled migration program. It's because we haven't invested in new train lines. So you've got to have a vision. Now, population's always got to be a balancing act. And of course, we should only take in as many people as this nation needs. We take them from family reunions, skilled migration and refugees. So there's a limit to Australia's generosity. I'm not saying we should be self-touched. But when it comes to immigration generally, I'd rather stop relying on the 1 million temporary people and perhaps look at that. Other than any Aboriginal Australians in the room, we're all migrants. We're an immigrant country, so I'm not going to start blaming immigrants for everything that happens in this country. But I do think that when people come here, we should encourage them to live outside the big cities. I think that's legitimate. I think there's been lots of country towns having to take more immigrants. So I think there are constructive things we can do. But we've got to do it from the basis of the national interest rather than just blaming one group of people for everything else that's happening in this country. Energy, we've got to help small business with their energy costs somehow. Now, I've said gas, more gas in the system is important. I think policy certainty is important. I think 50% renewables by 2030 gives everyone a focus, but I'm interested in how we can help small business transition and diversify their energy. Fair Work Act, the question is tinkering or wholesale change. I think they're pretty emotive terms, tinkering. Everyone says tinkering, so it doesn't sound like that's fair income. Wholesale change sounds like, oh my God, we're going to all turned upside down. Tell you the way I approach industrial relations and legislation regulation. Make it fit for purpose. I think there's 3 or 4 areas within that. I don't think employers and bigger companies should be able to just terminate agreements at the end of an agreement and threaten people with a wage cut or going back to the award. I think that's counterproductive. I do think that labour hire needs to have more coordination and regulation. I do get concerned about systematic wages theft, but I'm also interested in how I simplify it for small business. I'm also interested to make sure that we don't have, not there's a lot of capricious industrial action which, causes cost blowout, project blowouts.
Now, Bill, and I know you've got to run out the door in a tick, but one final question. In Queensland, we've had great success with the local Buy Queensland, Buy Local procurement policy. I wonder, what are your thoughts around procurement?
I think that's a bit of a model for us, not copying it exactly, but for Australia. When I travel to Townsville, or I travel to Rockhampton, or I travel to different parts of regional Queensland, they get frustrated when they see contracts allocated by government which go overseas, or indeed to other parts of Australia. if you're going to get mechanics to fix army vehicles in Townsville, it'd be good to get mechanics in Townsville that first crack at the work. Townsville stadiums work very well. Now, it's still got to be cost effective, still got to be quality. But I see nothing wrong with and the same when you buy rolling stock for the state's public transport. I once met the CEO of Bombardier in Canada, and he said until Campbell Newman and Queensland was the first time they'd seen a public transport rolling stock allocation contract where there was no requirement to build a boat fleet. The whole world builds a boat fleet. That's sort of part of the deal until Campbell. But anyway, Maryborough's back in action, so that's good. So I think what's wrong with buying Australian steel? What's wrong with buying financial and accounting services? There's a proportion which goes to your region. So I think there's a lot of fertile ground there, and that makes it easier for small businesses. And what's wrong with asking when we allocate national garrison contracts, for example, to tell the head contractor, show us where the local businesses are getting some of that stuff to work?
I think it gets back to when we talk about diversifying our economy, we need to focus on how we provide the right environment for these businesses to take advantage of that. It's how do we give them the belief that they're not going to be, it's going to be hard to do the paperwork, it's going to be a constant attack of tax reform, it's going to be a constant yelling of industrial relations change. We need to have something that says this is where we will grow socially, this is prosperity.
Everyone wants continuity so long as it's continuity you like. And the same people can want change so long as it suits their business model. What I'm trying to deal with is how do we deal with the sharing economy? I think that's challenging. How do we deal with companies who don't pay tax in this country? That's challenging. How do we make sure that we're turning out employees out of our education system who are motivated? You don't need them to know every skill of your business, but you want them to have a keen attitude. So I'm interested in how do we retrain people constantly? How do I make sure the Commonwealth money, when we spend it's going back to locals and being spent in the region, in the state and in the nation? Energy's got to be dealt with, but as you can tell, we've got a plan. So I get you on too much upheaval, but by the same token, we've also got to make sure that we're keeping pace with the times. And that's why, for instance, we proposed having a look at discretionary trusts. A trust is a legitimate vehicle for a business, for legal protections, for whatever. But we have said that where you've got adults in the family who are not working in the business, just income splitting isn't the way to go. So we've just put a 30% floor on that. Now, some people are upset about that. Well, income splitting is something every Australian would like to do, and also we're going to allocate it. Then I think that's an unsustainable position. It's a bit like dividend imputation for people in the drawdown phase of their superannuation. Some people are outraged by us looking at this. Dividend imputation was introduced by Keating in 1987. In 2001, John Howe, in return for reforming trusts into companies, which he never did, introduced a concept that you can get a cash refund from the ATO even if you pay no income tax. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not legal. We're the only country in the world who does it. So we've just said it's not sustainable. So going to the issue about change and continuity, we've got to be honest with the nation. You can't just say everything as is exactly right. But what we've got to do is reflect the experiences and not come with a particular set of prejudices to the debate.
I think on that note, I think we've run well over time, and thank you so much for being generous on that front too. That's the first one of our fireside chats. I'd like to thank our guests, Teresa Noltoni, Stephen Tate from the Chamber, and of course, the Honourable Bill Shorten. Thank you very much.